Dear nobody. Thought there's a train to come by, but I guess not. Finally ready to continue the School of Comedy. The next scene popped into my head this morning when I woke up. That's how hard it is to write. All you have to do is go to sleep, wake up, and let the idea come to you, and then write it down as per my lessons in the School of Comedy. It's funny to write it fucking down. Day in the life of Dave. Call it a bright, crisp day. One red tomato. Peppers never grew much past that picture I put up. Cucumbers are done. Onions are done. Thank God. All in all, mini garden was quite cute. As cute as a kid that lives in the house, but what can you do? Scene. JRE Studios. Interior. 3 a.m. Joe, Tony, and Erky sit around the table, staring at each other, not knowing who should speak first. Joe begins. What the fuck are we gonna do, gentlemen? Tony, I don't know. Erky, I don't know. Joe, can't keep going like this, though, can we? Tony, no. Erky, no. Funny, now I want to write this by hand. After all that. I didn't bring my Kobo with me. What I could do, what I will do, is find something else old to read. So why should I write new for people who are not paying me to write live? In fact, what I should do, instead of posting 5 episodes like I did today, because I wrote 5 episodes the other day, which is what I was planning on doing, just post everything I write. Otherwise I could have 30, 40, 50 episodes ready to go. At which point, then if I do die in my sleep, my comedy will come true, and my joke about the landlord coming to my room will be true. But if I post everything, I dictate every day, I dictate it, or the next day I guess. Right? Train. Before I go to the library and write by hand, I'm going to read another old thing from technically not from Dear Grace, but from the other site, the site I no longer talk about. 100 predictions, questions, comments about Neuralink. Will BCI be our savior? Scrap 2. Will a Neuralink telepathy component be capable of detecting a lie? That's question number 1. A. If yes, will it stop you from sending a lie? B. Or can it be used as a lie detector? Or C. Will free will apply? Neuralink prediction. I believe the human brain equals any computer on the planet. I'm unable to prove this claim, but I believe a Neuralink enhanced human consciousness will perform like a CPU when Neuralink learns how to program the human OS. 3. Neuralink SpaceX prediction. Future Mars missions will use humans as computers to save space and weight on the craft. Each human becomes a backup CPU. Well, I may have been high as fuck while coming up with these. I'm sober as fuck reading them out, so I think it all balances out as fuck. And this is a good idea. If every human is a backup CPU, much better way to go. Number 4, Neuralink question. If an email is sent through the thoughts instead of some physical input into a Turing device, who sent it, the mind or the body? 5. What happens when the user is intoxicated? Can they drunk text 500 people in minutes or seconds? What if they send nudes? Number 6. Neuralink question. How will you send a thought with Neuralink? Do I have to compose it in my head and think send? How do I review it in my head? Will I visually see my words? All good questions. Number 7, Neuralink telepathy. How will I know the thought is going to the correct person? Number 8. Can I maintain an affair while using Neuralink and talk to both my wife and mistress at the same time and be guaranteed I'll never make a mistake sending. Well, that escalated quick. Correct person, right to infidelity. I finally found a use for narcissism. I'm going to put it into the script. School of Comedy, as well as a life lesson as to why you should be a narcissist. Assuming it doesn't put you in jail or hurt others. It's going to snow one day this winter. And I'm going to make snowballs and throw them at the fucking trains. And by the way, at least one of my listeners, readers, whatever, I'm going to say you know who you are. I'm going to say you know the sound of these trains. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, Mr. Hummingbird. Train. So the person that knows what it's like to sit in my backyard, watch those trains, listen to them, this is directly to you. Get your fucking ass over here and visit me. You don't have to bring me coffee. Don't have to bring anything. Just come for a little visit. Sit in the backyard. Watch the leaves fall. I don't know if you like babies or not, but there's one in the house, so that might be an incentive. That might be a reason to stay away. I don't know you that well. But I know that you know that I know that you know, so I know. You know? Anyways. Number 8 was the affair question. Number 9. Neuralink telepathy. Will the speed of communication be limited to the slowest participant? Will I have to wait while people think? Or will it be more like a verbal conversation? I forgot about these. These are pretty fucking good. Train. Number 10. If the Neuralink software can recall an old memory, can it also wipe a traumatic memory? 10.1. Are we changing our consciousness if we are manually blocking memories? 10.2. Will you restrict this feature? Shouldn't the user have the right to choose what to forget or remember? 10.3. Who is the expert in humanity, Neuralink or each individual user? 10.4. Who can prove how important or unimportant each memory is? 10.5. If a user programs out all of the bad memories, is it permanent or do the memories return once Neuralink is removed? Number 11. Will Elon Musk take personal responsibility for any deaths caused by Neuralink device, or is it buyer beware? Will @Elon Musk release the @Neuralink algorithms that show how the brain works and how it can be programmed? 12.1. If yes, how can you ensure the logic isn't used for evil or manipulation? Can I write my own software and program a naive person to be my personal slave? Wow, narcissist and then some. Biggest two concerns are having affairs and creating slaves. This guy's perfect for the movie script. Actually, I might do both, the movie script and read this. Get all the shit out at once. I think the reason I make fun of my landlord is he'll probably be mean about 60 years wandering around this property blowing leaves. Well, to be fair, if I'm still here in 60 years, probably have 60 little grandkids running around. I could just chase them with the air blower, or could turn it into a bubble machine. Make some really big ass bubbles, blow them right up to the train, watch the train go through them. Kids would like that. Or not, whatever. 13. If two Neuralink users can communicate telepathically safely without fear of accidentally saying something. Alright, listener, I'm going to warn you right now. I'm about to hypnotize you. I did this on Dear Grace. I try not to do it, but every time the train goes by, I'm going to slowly put you into deep trance. And by the end of this message, you'll be overwhelmed and obligated to at least purchase a monthly $5 per month account, because you know you're not really that cheap deep down. But hopefully it won't be enough to put you in a trance, give you a yearly, which means I can have pizza tonight, and so can a homeless person. But if you go for the founder plan, then when I meet Elon Musk, I'll get him to bump you up on his list of Neuralink implants. Because after you finish listening to this, you're going to want a Neuralink. We all will. If two Neuralink users can communicate telepathically safely without fear of accidentally saying something, and the speed is significantly faster than any current form of human communication, will verbal communication seem archaic, childlike? I think so. I'm not just saying that because I have a fucking voice in my head. Non-verbal. Female. Sexy. Loves kids. A little bit too much, but I hope that's just the female motherly instinct in her. If not, I'm sure psychiatry can fix whatever perversions she has. It's probably in the DSM-5. Picture of the woman of my dreams, surrounded by babies. $14. Elon Musk will at Neuralink split society. Would this be good, bad, ugly, or the first step into a new form of society? Number 15. What about sex with that Neuralink? Can Neuralink record an orgasm? What happens when you play it back in your head? Do you have an instantaneous orgasm? Much better for women than men. 16. Will at Neuralink release a pet version for cats and dogs? Will I be able to finally call my cat a jerk and he'll understand, or will he just tell me off? 17. What about clarity with that Neuralink? I believe every human processes or possesses a photographic memory. Is Neuralink activating my past memories temporarily or restoring them permanently? Train. You're feeling very sleepy. Go sit in the sun. In case you care, listener. You do. I don't even care. Squirrels don't care. Rat doesn't care. Little baby mouse doesn't care. No fucking person fucking cares. Or the Care Bears on TV. All right. I got my back, my neck into the sun. That should warm me up. If it doesn't, why the fuck do you care? Train. 18. If past memories are restored at once by at Neuralink, will the user require psychological counseling? How will the counseling work? How would a non-Neuralink user counsel someone without experiencing the effect of memory restoration? It kind of goes for everything in psychiatry. Just saying. I'm not saying every psychiatrist has to have experienced every traumatic event any person could have ever in their life. Obviously, that would be fucking impossible. Unless we had VRR technology that would allow them to do that. But since we don't yet, what can we do? Hello. We do have VR technology that could allow them to experience a similar event. Put them in the shoes of the victim. How's that for an unconventional idea? Instead of the patient going into the psychiatrist and doing the blah 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 thing that they do right now, before even meeting the patient, the psychiatrist is given a pair of VR goggles which will experience this, and then through VR they go through whatever trauma the patient has gone through, so they have a sense of where the person may be coming from. And since it's VR, as much of the patient's past and history could be put into the simulation, and then maybe they're starting at some sort of level of understanding. Or not, whatever. What about animals at Neuralink? No, this would be number 19. What about animals at Neuralink? Can you prove animals feel pain, fear, love? If yes, will humans care or change our behaviors towards animals? 20. Assuming at Neuralink releases the source code that allows me to program my own brain, can I write a routine that removes the ADHD thoughts in my head, or the thoughts that precede the ADHD feelings? Or the other way, can it increase my ADHD when I need it, when I want it, when I'm fucking alone in the world and have 8 hours a day to kill? Ricky and Tony and Joe are on the table. Joe finally says it. Look, I don't want to say this, but I think we need a secret society. I think we need a secret society to fool the world and take us out of this Orwellian existence we currently live in. I said it on my show before and I'll say it again. We need Jesus to come back. Tony. We all know he's not coming back. Ricky. We all know he never existed. Grok. Extract these parts out. Separate for the School of Comedy movie. Please and thank you. Son of a bitch. Just do your fucking job, Grok. I don't have all day to coddle you. Coddle friends and family, not gonna coddle you. Fuck that. No more coddling. Just coffee. Lots and lots of coffee. By the way, person who I called out, who knows my backyard, I said you don't have to bring a coffee. But if you did, Grande Pike, heavy cream, 1 stevia. Just saying. And I don't care if it's cold. I know how you operate. Source code, program my brain. 21. At Elon Musk. A year ago, I woke up in hospital with amnesia. If that Neuralink was fully functional, would I have been able to install one and recover my past memories? Or would you need a previous image of my brain? 22. Will Neuralink be able to stimulate the effects of pharmaceuticals on the brain? If yes, does the user have an obligation to compensate the creator of the original drug? I forgot about that idea. That's a good idea. It eliminates the need for most drugs, because let's face it, I think most, especially pill drugs, are psychosomatic. Train. See, I'm training myself to say train every time a train goes by, because I know it'll hypnotize my listener into giving me money, which I'll then distribute. Will Neuralink be able to simulate the effects of pharmaceuticals on the brain? Just think about alcohol or weed or things like that. You have to sort of keep you have to keep taking them. But when you take a pill, you just kind of believe that it's the right amount, that the Tylenol has been perfectly gauged. And you take it, then your knee doesn't hurt. How the fuck did you know that wasn't a sugar pill? Plus, do 2 or 3 tiny little molecules make that much of a difference? If I eat an entire frozen pizza, and I take a Tylenol, which is doing more effect on my body, the pizza or the Tylenol? I'll let you think about that, listener. 23. Do or can podcasts become thoughtcasts without Neuralink? Maybe a thoughtcast could be live and the system could automatically complete or compile the opinion of the users. God damn, that's a good idea. 24. Eventually, any at Neuralink telepathic type communication will allow users to produce large quantities of thoughts worthy of sharing. Well, what about the non-Neuralink users? Are they forced to filter through thousands of thoughts, or will they be transcribed into books? How about transcribed and reduced into some sort of manageable level so people can read it without spending their rest of their life going through transcript after transcript after transcript like some loser. 25. Assuming knowledge can be downloaded with Neuralink, will any traditional educational facilities be required in the future? Why force our offspring to attend school? We can simply install a Neuralink and download the knowledge or the entire experience. Alright, that's 31 minutes and good place to stop. Hawk train. If you're feeling hypnotized, call 1-800-UNHYPNOTIZE-ME for the low price of $5 a month. The voice at the other end of the line will unhypnotize you till tomorrow. Then I'm going to rehypnotize you. I'm going to keep doing that. Someone brings me a coffee. Hint, hint. Sends a text. Sends an email. Sends a pizza card. Sends an electric pizza card. And you know who I'm talking to right now. Cheap cunt. You of all people can afford it. We all know that. But that's fine. Whatever. I'm not bitter. Not at all. Not bitter at all. Not even the teeniest tiny bit of bitterness exists in my bitter blood. Bitter TM, by the way, might be the greatest name for a social media app ever. End recording, David J.